Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind, and welcome to Khan Global Studies. So, I hope all of you are doing well. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening. So, I guess I am properly audible and visible to all of you. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Jai Hind. Okay. So, in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, if you look at this, the first topic is with respect to GST simplified. So finally, government has approved this. Government has approved this plan of GST. Now it is going to be simplified. So this is one of the topic which we are going to discuss. Second topic is another important one. Dal Lake in Jammu and Kashmir and the Khelo India Games, which is going to be organized over there. So this is the second topic which we are going to discuss. Third topic is about one such prevalence of breast cancer in India or cancer in India, and also there is a case study also which we are going to discuss with respect to that. So this is going to be one of the very important topic. We will see the data of the different type of cancers which are there. Then we are also going to talk about the monsoon session. We are going to talk about the monsoon session of Parliament, that how much effective it has been, what has been the output of this monsoon session. And then we are going to discuss a little bit about this women voter data also. Okay. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. But before we discuss it, let us see some questions. Now these are random questions. They are not based on the topics which we have discussed last day. Okay. So we are going to discuss some of the topics, like the first one. We have discussed about this criminalization of politics in India, and in that context we have this one topic, we have this one question. If an MP is convicted and sentenced for more than 2 years of jail, he can be declared disqualified by the speaker. An MP convicted of serious crime such as murder or rape can be disqualified for life. So which of the statements are correct? This is question number 1. So can you tell me which of the statements are correct? Good evening. I am quite good. I hope all of you are also doing well. The option. There is one answer as C option. Anyone else? What can be the answer for this question? D option and C option. Also D option. If you look at this one question, here it is saying if an MP is convicted and sentenced for more than 2 years of jail, he or she can be declared disqualified by the speaker. Remember one thing, if a person is if a person is convicted for 2 years or more, is automatically disqualified. So there is no need of a speaker's approval. So automatic disqualified. The speaker is there in case of anti-defection law. The speaker is there in case of anti-defection law, not in all cases. An MP convicted of serious crime such as murder or rape can be disqualified for life. So this one is correct. So here the answer will be option number B, that is 2 only. Okay. Now we have this one simple question. Which one of the following countries has its own satellite navigation system? Australia, Canada, Israel, and Japan. So which country has its own navigation system? Today we are having some simple questions. So which country is having its own navigation system out of these four countries? The option. Basically, if you look at this, there are 6 countries having their own navigation system. USA is there. Then we have Russia also. Then we have European Space Agency also. Then we have Japan, China, and India. Although right now we see that South Korea, it is in development phase or it is under development. They are also going to have their own navigation system, but it is under development. So here the answer is option number D, that is Japan. Now we have this one question: which one of the following is a region why astronomical distances are measured in light years? You may have seen that the distance between Sun and Earth is 1 astronomical unit. Now when we calculate the distance, when we calculate the distance between different part of galaxies, we are using light years, that it is situated 4.3 billion light years away from us, or 1 billion light years away from us, 100 million light years away from us. So we are using light years as the tool for measurement of distances. So why we are using light year? First is saying distances among stellar bodies do not change. Gravity of stellar bodies does not change. Light always travels in a straight line. Speed of light is always same. So what will be the correct answer here? Why do we use light? Why do we use light for this purpose? Good evening. The option. So I think you know this. See, light always travels in a straight line. Normally it is correct, but this is not the region. And in fact, we see that there is bending of light also in the space due to gravitation. There is bending of light also in the space. So that is not the reason why we use light. Okay. The reason behind it is the speed of light is always same. So this is the reason why we are using the light for calculation of astronomical distances. Okay. So that is some basic questions. Okay. Now we are coming to this one part. Okay. Now we are coming to this one part. This is about GST reforms. This is about GST reforms. So we have discussed this one article earlier also, like what government's plan has been. Okay. So if we look at this, that what is the proposed plan? Okay. What is the proposed plan? So we are going to have like two different tax slabs now. Earlier, like we were having 4 slabs. 4 slabs are like this: 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%. So now out of these 4, now there is going to be 2 major slabs, 5% and 18%. About 99% items, they are going to be transferred in the 5% slab, and some of them remaining might go towards 18% slab. If we talk about 28, it has been said that around 90% of the items, they are going to be transferred to this 18% slab. and there will be another slab. There is going to be another slab which is going to be applicable for sin goods. And in the sin goods category, we are going to have 40% GST. We are going to have 40% GST in the case of sin goods. Okay. So there will be one category. There will be one category where there will be sin goods, and what we see that in this case there is going to be 40% GST. So that is one part. So like what will be included here, just to give you an idea. In the case of sin goods, we will have products such as tobacco, cigarettes, real money gaming. Although this has been banned now, but suppose if it continues, although this has been banned as per the new act, but if it continues, the transactions involving real money games are going to be taxed at 40%. Okay. So these are the items which are going to be transferred under this 40% GST. Then we will have a 5% slab. So majority of the items which are getting 12%, now they are going to be transferred. They are going to be transferred to the slab of 5%. Some will be shifted here also. 18% is going to be retained, and around 90% of the items which are under this 28% slab, now they are going to be transferred to 18%. So this is the proposed change in GST. Okay. Liquor. So can you tell me, liquor is included in GST or not? I think you can answer that. Do we have inclusion of liquor in the GST? Like, do we include this liquor in GST? So we are not having this inclusion. Okay. Why make 0% slab? If there is 0% tax, if there is zero, like some of the items will have zero like tax also, many items will have zero tax also, but then there is no need of slab for it. That is simply taxless. So some items are there on which there is no tax also. So liquor is not included, alcohol is not included. Why? It is a major source of revenue for the state government. It is one of the major source of revenue for the state government. So many states may not be like willing to bring this under GST. Even petroleum, you will find that it is not there. Okay. Now you may have seen this one thing, like if we talk about liquor, may have seen this one thing. When the entire country was suffering with this COVID also, when the entire country was suffering with this COVID also, it was one of the industry which was given a priority. Like this was one of the industry which was given a priority in its opening. Like other industries remained shut down, other businesses remained shut down, but liquor industry was the one which was opened. Okay. So that is one of the major revenue earners for the government. Okay. So that is one part. So this is the proposed tax reform. Okay. Like right now, if you look at this, there is certain tax, certain different tax also, like 0.25%. It is there in diamonds and semi-precious stones. 3% is also there on jewelry and precious metals. So there is another slabs also, like for example 0.25%. It is for the diamond and semi-precious stones. 3% is applicable on jewelry and precious metals. Okay. There are certain taxes which are applicable also, okay, apart from the common one. So this is like there will be one more slab which will be less than 1%. There will be one more slab which will be less than 1%. So which will subsume this 0.25%, 3% also. So that is also going to be included in one slab which will be less than 1%. but majority of the items are going to be placed in 5% and 18%. 5% and 18%, that will be the major slab. Yeah. So see, that is a loss to the government or the public exchequer. Why it is a loss? On one hand, there are so many black money going on or illegal work going on, and on the other hand, government is not getting any revenue from it. So that is a different thing altogether. Now we are coming to this one part, Dal Lake and Khelo India Water Games. Okay. Khelo India Water Games and Dal Lake. So when we talk about this, let us first see that what is the location of Dal Lake. What is the location of Dal Lake? If you look at this, Dal Lake is situated here in Jammu and Kashmir. Along with Dal Lake, you will also find that Wular Lake is also there in Jammu and Kashmir itself. In the Ladakh region, you will find that we have areas such as Sho Moriri, Sho Kar, Pangong Sho. You can see we have this Renuka Lake and Chandratal in Himachal Pradesh. We have a Rakastal in Uttarakhand. Then Harike Lake and Kanjali Lake, that is there in case of Punjab. Okay. Then you will find Sambar Lake, Didwana Lake, it is there in case of Rajasthan. We have Kabartal Lake, a very prominent site in Bihar. Okay. So other lakes are also there. So if we talk about these states, they are the major lakes. Many a times you will get match the pair type questions from the lakes. UPSC has been asking match the pair type questions from lakes also. So these are some of the prominent lakes of this region. Okay. Here we are having Wular Lake, Dal Lake, then Sho Moriri, Sho Kar, Pangong Sho, Renuka and Chandratal, Rakastal and all these lakes. When we are talking about this Dal Lake, this is very much famous. It has been called as jewel in the crown of Kashmir. Jewel in the crown of Kashmir. In fact, it is also called as Lake of Flowers. It is also called as Lake of Flowers. Okay. Then you will find that if you talk about the location, it is surrounded by this one. It's surrounded by Pir Panjal range. It is surrounded by the Pir Panjal range. Okay. And it is fed by Jhelum river. It is fed by the Jhelum river also. So that is one information about this Dal Lake. When we are talking about this, it is called as jewel in the crown of the Kashmir. Okay. Kashmir is called as the heaven on the earth. So in that heaven, that is the jewel in the crown of Kashmir. It is called as Lake of Flowers. It is situated or surrounded by mountains. It is surrounded by mountains. It is one of the most beautiful places in Kashmir. It is one of the most beautiful places in Kashmir. This is the area which have been the shooting locations of many of the movies also in the past. Many of the movies, many of the songs, it has been shot in this location. Okay. So that is the area of Dal Lake. Now you can see this, that this is the location. This is the location of your Dal Lake. Okay. You will find that many such movies and other things, they have also been shot in this location. Okay. These like boats, they are called as shikaras. Okay. You will find that in fact there is a floating market. In Dal Lake. Like there are many shikaras which are having or which are selling multiple goods in the middle of the lake. Like people are also going in those shikaras but there are certain shikaras which are selling some items also. So it is also called as a floating market. It is also called as a floating market where people are selling many things in the middle of the lake itself. So that is the beauty of this region. Okay. There is that is one such example, but there are many such songs which have been shot in this same location. Okay. You may have seen some new movies also being there. So overall, what we see that, like, why this lake is there in the news, government has decided to have the Khelo India Water Sports Festival in the Dal Lake. Okay. We are going to have Khelo India Water Sports Festival. Okay. Water Sports Festival. And this is going to be organized. This is going to be organized in the Dal Lake. It is going to be organized in this Dal Lake. Okay. So there is two new addition. Okay. There is two new addition to the Khelo India Games. One is water games, one is the beach games, the coastal areas, the beaches. Okay. So there is a game which has already been organized in Diu Island, Daman and Diu Island. So there has been one part of Khelo India Water Games, beach games, which has already been organized in May 2025 in case of Daman and Diu. And there is another game which is going to be organized in the Dal Lake. So water sports are going to be organized here. So what is the aim here? To promote athletes. Like, one of the aim is, of course, to promote the athletes, plus to promote tourism in the area, to promote local economy, you may have seen that it is a response of India against that terrorism also. In May 2025, in April 2025, we have seen that in Pahalgam, there has been a brutal terrorist attack in case of Pahalgam in Kashmir. So what was the aim of terrorists? To deter the local economy, to create a fear in the mind of the local people and others that you don't have to or you cannot come to Kashmir. But when we are promoting this game, it is also giving a clear message to all those people who think that they can control this area from outside. So again, this is a message that in this area, we are going to promote each and everything. We are going to promote culture, games, tourism, economy, everything. So that's why this Khelo India game is quite significantly arranged in this region. So that is the importance of this. Okay. So this is one part. When we talk about the Khelo India program, it is something which has been launched in 2018 by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. It aims to simply revive the sports culture in India at grassroots level, build a strong sports infrastructure, identify and nurture this sporting talents. Okay. Then you can see that there is a scholarship of rupees 5 lakh per annum for 8 years for the training of the athletes also. So that is one Khelo India program, and within that Khelo India program, we see that there is going to be a water game in case of Dal Lake in Jammu and Kashmir. I hope this one part is clear. So that is one of my favorite songs. So whenever I am discussing about this Dal Lake, so I add that song by myself. And when I have to even prepare the topic for this, so I play the song in the background. Like when I was preparing this article, at that time also I was playing that song in the background. Now, we are coming to the next topic. So here we are having this one thing. There is a very important initiative, a very important initiative which has been taken in part of this parts of Kerala. Okay. There is an area called as Kannapuram. There is an area called as Kannapuram, and in that area, what we see that there has been a focus on identification of cancer cases among women. What has been seen that in part of Kerala, like in the last 25 years, there has been 300 times increase in cases of cancer. There has been increase of 300 times cases of cancer in case of Kerala. Okay. And in that, like if you look at Kerala, so Kerala is accounting for 34%. Kerala is accounting for like, in case of Kerala or throughout India also, particularly breast cancer accounts for the major chunk of cancer among women. Okay. So this is one part, like we are going to examine this, that what are the different types of cancer which are prevalent in India. First we will look at this, and then we will come to this, the model of Kannapuram in case of Kerala. We will come back to this topic. So let us see how many cases are there. This is the figure from 2022. Okay. This is the figure from 2022. You can see that near about 14 lakh, it means 1.5 million cases approximately. 1.5 million cases. These are the new cases which are there in case of cancer in India every year. This is the case for India. This is case for India. Number of cancer cases. Number of cancer cases in India. This is the number of cancer cases in India. What we see that there are 1.5 million new cases per year. What we see that there is death of near about 9,16,827 people per year. So that is the number of death due to cancer per year. It is reaching up to 1 million now. Okay. So we see that 0.9 million, 0.9 million death due to cancer every year. And there are like around 32 lakh cases of cancer patients who have been suffering from cancer for like 5 years. Okay. So there are around 32 lakh cases of people suffering from cancer. These are the number of new additions. But the people who are surviving as of now, there are 32 lakh cases. 32 lakh cases of people suffering from cancer. So cancer has emerged as one of the major diseases in India, and the part is that many a times it is simply not treatable. People are getting awareness about it at a later stage. In the earlier stage, they are not able to identify the cancer, and it is ultimately leading to a very painful, tragic death of people. So if we talk about India, what you see here, like when we talk about male, in case of male, you can see that as of 2022, the lip or oral cavity, or means mouth related cancer, it is accounting for near about 15.6% now. Mouth related cancer, lip or oral cavity related cancer accounts for now 15.6%. Okay. Whereas lung cancer accounts for around 8.5%. Around 8.5% cases of lung cancer and around 15.6% cases of mouth related cancer. It can be lip or oral cavity. So these are the two major cases in case of male. This is for the male population. If we compare the number of females, okay, what we see that breast cancer accounts for near about 26.6%, and the cervical cancer, the cervix related cancer, the cervical cancer, it accounts for near about 17.7%. Can you tell me what is the major cause? Can you tell me what is the major cause of cervical cancer among women in India? What is the major cause? Yes. In case of females, in case of females, there is a particular virus. There is a particular virus called as human papilloma virus, or HPV. This is the one which is mostly responsible for cervical cancer. And see, this is the second most common cancer in case of India. If we talk about women, then second most common cause of cancer in women is HPV. And you know one thing, this is something which can be prevented with vaccination. It is something which can be prevented with vaccination. There are certain vaccines like Cervavac, Cervarix, Gardasil. So these are certain vaccines. These are certain vaccines for HPV. These are certain vaccines for HPV. And if it is being provided to females at the early age, if they are being provided to females at early age, the chances of this cervical cancer will reduce. Okay. So we will have an immediate impact on this, the cervical cancer. If we are going for universal immunization in case of women for HPV, it can prevent a number of cases. Like you can see, there are 1,27,526 cases of cervical cancer among women. It may be still a larger figure. It may be further larger figure. Many of the cases go undiagnosed. So we can remove all these things. We can eliminate, we can reduce these numbers by having this vaccination, especially in case of cervical cancer. So this is one part, like these many cases of cancer are there in India. So in that context itself, what we see that there is a special model. There is a model of what? There is a model of Kannapuram village. Okay. So there is a Kannapuram Gram Panchayat. There is this Kannapuram Gram Panchayat. Now what they have done? What is the special thing which they have done? Okay. It is simply like they have been asking people, okay, they have been asking people to go for a screening, okay, a screening and early detection, a screening and early detection of cancer, a screening and early detection of cancer. Okay. So what we see that, like if we look at this, this is one such area. This is one such area where we see that around 96% of the women who are of more than 30 years of age, they have gone under a screening for breast cancer. So this is one of the most significant part. You will find that 90% of women above 30 years of age, they have gone for screening of cancer. They have gone for a screening of cancer, especially the breast cancer. For the breast cancer. So what we see that around 6.2% of them, around 6.2% of them, they have been referred for follow-up. And it has been seen that there have been very few cases. It is not very common. Okay. It is like 1 out of 1,000. 1 out of 1,000 women. There has been detection of cancer in 1 out of 1,000 women, and that too in the early stage. Detection in early stage. So what has been seen that like they all have been treated, and now these people, they are now cancer free. Now they are cancer free. So this is one such model. We see that it is having prevalence of 1 in 1,000. If like 96% of women, they have gone for a screening. They have gone for a screening of breast cancer. It has been found in some of them. There have been follow-up of some of them. And overall, what we see that like the majority of them have been treated now. They are free of cancer now, because they have been able to identify the breast cancer at early stage, and due to which they have been treated properly, and now they are living cancer free. So this is one such model. Now in the same manner, we need to just one second. So in the same manner, we need to find the cases of cancer across the country. We need to find those areas where there is more and more chances of the cancer. And then we need to find a solution for it, like the Karnapuram model in case of Kerala. I hope this one part is clear. What is the model all about? I think now the data also is clear with respect to cancer in India, that which cancer is more prevalent. See, there is not one single cause for cancer. There are multiple causes of cancer. There are multiple causes of cancer, like from the consumption of toxic substances to lifestyle. It's a random phenomena also. It can happen in a healthy person as well. Sometimes when our immunity is especially lower, so then there is higher chances of cancer. It can be due to multiple factors, not one single factor, multiple factors can be there. So this is about breast cancer cases and awareness. Hormonal factors are there responsible for it. Now we have this one again, a topic where we are going to see a lot of details. There has been end of the monsoon session. So let's have a evaluation. Let's have a evaluation of the productivity. Let's have an evaluation of productivity of monsoon session. Monsoon session. If you want to read in detail about all these things, you can also see this one website, PRS. Okay. So PRS is researching about Parliament. PRS is giving you the authentic data which you can use for answer writing also, especially in if you have to look at any law, if you have to look at the analysis of anything, you can refer to PRS research. They research upon all these things. So from there you get a lot of input about the working of Parliament. Okay. So now if we look at this, the productivity of Lok Sabha, the productivity of Lok Sabha has been 29%. Whereas in case of Rajya Sabha, the productivity has been 34%. Okay. So Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, if you see, 33% is the minimum marks for passing. 33% is the minimum marks for passing any examination. Okay. If you look at this, Lok Sabha has 29% productivity. Means the work they could have done, they have done only 29% of that. And for Rajya Sabha, it is 34%. Coming to the second part, what things have been actually done in the case of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? What actually happened in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? You will find that the majority of the part, the majority section, the majority portion was dedicated for non-legislative activities. Okay. There was some time for questions, there was some time for legislation, only this much. Okay. And for financial, a narrow margin. So majority of the time of Lok Sabha was going for non-legislative matters, discussion about one issue or other. Okay. In case of Rajya Sabha also, you can see that legislation, in case of Rajya Sabha, there has been more discussion. You can see it is near about 1/3 time. In case of Rajya Sabha, you can see that near about 1/3 time has gone for legislation related discussion, and around a significant portion, more than 40-45% time, it has been for non-legislative matters like discussion on Operation Sindoor or other matters. Then what we see that if we compare across the time, like when we talk about this, the 18th Lok Sabha, if we talk about the 18th Lok Sabha, what we see that the first session of the Lok Sabha was near about 95% productive. The first session of the Lok Sabha was having productivity of 95%. The budget session of 2024, which was organized in the month of July, last year there were two budgets. So in the month of July, when there was budget session last year, the productivity was as high as 135%. Then in the winter session, the productivity was 52%. Perhaps there was too much winter. Okay. The productivity declined in case of winter session. Again, when it comes to money, the productivity increases. In the case of budget session in 2025, the productivity was 111%. It was 111%. And in case of the monsoon session, the current ongoing session, which has ended last day, it was just 29%. So if we compare across the last 5 sessions of the present Lok Sabha, this session was the least productive session of Lok Sabha. The same goes for Rajya Sabha also. Rajya Sabha has also been working almost in the same manner, and this is also the least productive session of Rajya Sabha as well. Okay. In the last 5 sessions, this has been the least productive. Okay. Then, if you look at this, let's see another part of it. How many bills have been introduced? Okay. And where they have gone? You will find that around 27% of the bills which has been introduced in the Lok Sabha, they have been referred to a committee for examination. But see a trend. When we are talking about this, when we are talking about the previous instances, in the 15th Lok Sabha, you can see that near about 71% was going to the committees. Then it started to decline. In 16th, you can see that it was declining. Okay. It was near about something around 60% or 50%. Okay. Then you will find that in 17th also it has remained almost same. In the 18th, till now only 27% bill has been sent only 27% bill has been sent to the committee for examination. Means majority of the bills are being passed without a thorough examination by any committee of the parliament. So without any such thorough examination, the bills are getting passed. Okay. So this is one thing. And if we talk about department related standing committees, in the present Lok Sabha, which started from last year, not even a single bill has been sent to departmentally related standing committees. The one which examines the bill, the one which tries to find out if there is any loophole or not. We can remember from this one thing that less than 1/3 of the bill introduced in the 18th Lok Sabha are going to the committees for examination. And if we talk about departmental related standing committees, not even a single bill has been sent there. Okay. So that is also one of the data with respect to the functioning of parliament. Okay. Then we have this one again very important part. There has been not a single deputy speaker in the Lok Sabha since 2019. From 2019 itself, there has not been selection of a deputy speaker. The provision says that it should be selected as soon as possible. A deputy speaker has to be elected as soon as possible. The last Lok Sabha, the 17th Lok Sabha, didn't choose a deputy speaker in its entire term. So entire Lok Sabha session was over without selecting a deputy speaker. And in the current Lok Sabha also, in the 18th Lok Sabha also, it has been around 424 days since the Lok Sabha came to its origin. The 18th Lok Sabha is now 424 days old, and there has not been a deputy speaker since that day. So still we are not having a deputy speaker in the Lok Sabha. So this is one such data with respect to the functioning of Indian Parliament. So in your polity notes, you can add this. Okay. Whenever we have the end of a session, we see that how much it has been productive. So this is one such part, how much it has been productive in the recent time. So I hope that is clear. Opposition should have 1/10 of majority. In what? For what purpose opposition needs 1/10 majority? They have to elect a deputy speaker. It is not mentioned that deputy speaker should be from one party or another party. They have to select from the members. So in the present times, what we see that the parliament is fairly balanced. And 1/10 of total strength means near about 55 seats. So right now the main opposition party is having somewhere near 98 or 99 seats. It is more than sufficient. Okay. So that is one part. Okay. Now, if we talk about the private member, in the case of 18th Lok Sabha, 0. In the case of 18th Lok Sabha, there has been 0 private member resolution discussed in Lok Sabha. Not even a single private member bill has been, not even a single private member resolution has been discussed in the 18th Lok Sabha as of now. Okay. As of the end of this monsoon session, not a single private member resolution has been discussed. So that is about functioning of the Indian Parliament as of the monsoon session. Okay. Now there is one part, okay, there is one part that they see one thing. Okay. Lok Sabha has worked for only 37 hours. Okay. And like there was a planning that will work for 120 hours. It has worked for only 120 hours. And Rajya Sabha only for 41 hours, 15 minutes. I think most of you are doing more classes than this in 1 week. If I'm not wrong, many of you are doing more number of classes per week than this 37 hours. Okay. So some of you, I think, are doing like 5 hours or 6 hours of classes per day. So 6 into 6, that is 36 hours. So within 1 week, you are doing more number of classes than what our Lok Sabha has worked in the monsoon session. Okay. Now we have this one topic, migrant women at loss. So this is a simple data. Okay. What we see that, like in many cases, we have seen that there is a gender divide. So when there is deletion of data, when there is deletion of data of voters, there also we see a gender divide. In case of deletion of data also, there is a gender divide. Okay. Let me just show you this one data. Okay. Like total people who have been excluded, total people who have been excluded from the electoral roll, it stands at near about 65 lakhs. Okay. So in that case, like if you look at this, first, how many electors are there? 7.89. How many forms were received? 7.24. And near about 8% did not submit the form. Okay. Now what we see that when we talk about women, what we see that the total deletion from this SIR of 9 assembly constituencies. It is not for entire Bihar, just for 9 assembly constituencies. This is an analysis from the Hindu. So they have not been able to analyze the entire thing. But what we see that in the top 9 assembly constituencies in Bihar, where there has been most deletions, the total number of deletion is 4,73,000. Out of which 56% that is for women. So 56% is for women. The data of women has been deleted more as compared to men. Okay. Why? Many of them have migrated for studies, many of them have migrated for job, and as a result of that, their name has been deleted from voter ID or voter list. Okay. So there are certain people who have permanently shifted. There are some people who are untraceable. There are some people who are deceased and multiple enrollments. Okay. So what we see that like around 66% female whose data has been deleted, they are in the age category of 18 to 39 years. Okay. So they are in age category of 18 to 39 years. Around 66%. The total, if you see this is also the working age population or study related population, 18 to 39 years. So most of the deletion have been for the women who are in this age group. Their data has been deleted from the electoral roll. Okay. So there is a gender divide. Okay. There is a gender divide in case of the migrant women workers also. Okay. Their name is more likely to be deleted from the voter list as compared to male. So that was all for today. We have seen two very important topics. One is with respect to cancer and second one with respect to the productivity of the parliament. So we will meet in the next session, that is on Monday, and then we will discuss remaining things. Now, there is a question for you. What is the impact of decreasing productivity of parliament? If the sessions of parliament are not productive, what is the impact on the country? So you can write the different impacts in the comment box, that what will be the impact if there is a lesser productivity of the parliament. So see you all on Monday. Anjali, you can post that message in the comment box. I will answer that later. So thank you so much, everyone. Let's meet on Monday and then we will discuss remaining things. Thank you. Take care.